Danny Flex of SecondsOut, delighted to be joined by Southern Area Super Bantamweight champion Chris Bourke. I imagine that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds better than just Chris Bourke.
Or Bourke. We last saw you BT Sport live and beating Ramez Mahmood for that title. Very good opponent, unbeaten. Gave a good account of himself, but you were just too good in pretty much all areas on the night. How do you assess the performance? What would you give it out of 10?
Yeah, Ramez is a warrior. He brought it all and he kept coming forwards, even though I think he said I perforated his eardrum in a second. And I was landing, I thought, big body shots throughout the fight, but it didn't stop him coming forwards. I'd give it a 7, 8 out of 10. You always want the stoppage and that, but you're not always going to get it with certain boys. But I thought I boxed well. I maybe took my foot off the gas slightly towards the end when I shouldn't have, but other than that, I thought it was a good performance.
The reason you took your foot off the gas at the end, was that because you hadn't done the 10 rounds before and you wanted to pace yourself, make sure you lasted the distance at a good pace?
Yeah, I thought the fight, I was feeling the pace a little bit. I thought the fight was at a good pace, and I didn't want to blow myself out.
What does it mean to you, the feedback you got afterwards? Because it might not have got like amazing number of viewers on TV, but everyone that did watch seemed to be talking about you. You seem to be the highlight of the show.
Yeah, I got loads of feedback, everyone's saying it was the highlight fight of the night and one of the best fights they've seen since the lockdown, so it's been good. It's always nice to get positive feedback. It's always nice.
What was the feedback internally? Because I know Martin obviously doesn't take any nonsense. I'm sure he was a bit more kind of down to earth than some of the people praising you online. What was he saying? What were the things he felt you need to improve on?
Yes, overall he was really happy with my performance. He thought I boxed well, but same sort of thing. He thought I fell asleep at times, and he didn't want me to do that.
I can imagine. What's the next step? Because we've heard a few rumours. English title could be in the works. Michael Ramabeletsa, is that likely to happen? And what do you make of Michael Ramabeletsa? He's been around a long time. Yeah,
Ramabeletsa, he's a good fighter. He's very experienced, and I personally think he's an avoided fighter. I think he calls out quite a lot of boys and the boys don't take it. But he's English champion, and if it's a fight that's offered, it's probably a fight that could happen, yeah.
Is it a fight that's been offered?
I think there's a chance it could happen, yeah.
When would that likely to be? Is that on the next run of shows, so like September, October time?
Yeah, I'd say so. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but I know there's going to be shows in September and October, so hopefully I can get on one of them.
And obviously this round of shows, we saw Brad Foster, British and Commonwealth champion, struggle a little bit, it's fair to say, against James Beats Jr. What was a great fight to watch. When you watch that and then looking at your own performance, you've now done the 10 rounds as well, got those under your belt. What do you make of a fight between you and Brad Foster? Is that coming ever closer?
Yeah, I've now got a Southern Area title, and I've done 10 rounds, and it's obviously another step up the ladder, but Brad's a good fighter. He's done the 12 rounds a few times. I think another 10 rounder would be a good experience.
Does that mean when you get in with Ramabeletsa, you won't be going for the stoppage necessarily because you want to get those rounds in again?
No, you always want the stoppage, but if someone like Ramabeletsa, he's a very game, strong fighter, hard to hit and get out of there. So as long as I get the win, that's all that matters.
What did you make of Brad's performance against James Beats Jr.? Was it a case of Beach raising his game, or was it more that Brad Foster underperformed, do you think?
Nah, I think I thought Foster boxed well. He landed good body shots. He boxed well throughout the fight. But Beach is obviously going to up his game because it's his chance to shine and become a British champion. You're going to get the best Beach that there is.
How do you see, obviously you feel you beat Brad Foster, but how do you see it working strategically? So he's quite aggressive, he likes to fight off the front foot. Would we see you moving a bit more? Your movement's good anyway, but would we see that more against an aggressive fighter?
Yeah, an aggressive fighter, they want you to stand there and hit them. A little bit like Ramez, I try to box a little bit more on the back foot than just come forwards and throw big shots. To be honest, before I go into a fight, I don't really know what I'm going to do until I'm in there. Yeah.
What sort of stage are you at training now? Because you've just come off a fight, but you're clearly back in the gym. Are you sparring? How hard are you working? What sort of phase are you at in your training?
Yeah, it's I had sort of a week, 2 weeks off, and then we're back in, and it's just easing back into hard training again now, really. So, done a spar this week. You'll probably get upped again next week, and then back to normal, really.
How easy is it to kind of ease back into training at a nice pace when you've got Louis Lin as one of your main sparring partners?
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, he's always ready to fight, so you have to be on it all the time.
And just before we let you go, we ask you this every time, but we want to get as many people, getting to know you as possible. What are your main social media handles so people can find?
My Instagram is at c.bourke, Bourkey, and my Twitter is at c_Bourke94.
Brilliant. Always pleasure, and best luck. We hope the Ramabeletsa fight gets confirmed.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.